Hello children, how are you all? Today I'll teach you about soil and its formation. Soil is the most important natural resource. It is the top covering of the earth's surface. It is formed due to the wear and tear of rocks by natural and human-made forces. Fine vegetal and animal remains called humus. They add to the fertility of the soil. Now let's see how soil is formed. Formation of soil is a slow process. It takes thousands of years to form a very thin layer of soil. Normally, the thickness of the soil is not more than 1 to 3 meters. Beyond this, there are rocks which don't have any elements of plant growth. The right mixture of minerals and organic matter makes the soil fertile. The quality of soil vary from place to place and they are also different in color, texture and fertility. Next is the factors which are responsible for the formation of soil. First factor is parent rock material. The underlying rock which contains minerals and make up the bulk of the soil are called parent rock. It influences the color, texture, chemical properties of the soil. Second factor is relief. The nature of the slope influences the rate of weathering and drainage of water. Thus, flat areas have thick layer of soil as compared to the steep slopes. Third factor for the formation of soil is climatic conditions. It has both direct and indirect influence on the formation of the soil. Here, the temperature and the rainfall determine the type of weathering of rocks and the formation of humus. Next factor is plant and animal organisms. Plant and animal, they help to convert the young soil into mature soil. Dead plants, they provide humus and that also gives a dark color, that is dark brown color to the soil. The last factor is time. Soil is considered to be mature if its formation took sufficient period of time. Soil develops more quickly in the regions which are humid as compared to those places where it is dry, like in deserts. So, we have now completed with the factors which determine the formation of the soil. Now, next we will study the soil profile. The vertical section of soil from the surface to the parent rock is the soil profile. Means the soil from the top level to the height of parent rock. We call it as soil profile. The process of formation of soil gives rise to the well-marked horizontal layer and that is known as soil profile. And these soil horizontal layers are called soil horizons. The soil horizons are divided into 4 layers. Now, let's study this soil profile and its layers one by one. First layer is horizon A. It is the topmost layer that contains the soluble minerals, organic material, that is humus, which is formed from the dead decaying plants and animals. They are needed for the growth of plants. Leaching of soil is very common in this layer. Leaching means the soil, from that the nutrients and the minerals are removed because when soil comes in contact with excess water. Second layer is horizon B, which is also called subsoil. It is the layer below the topsoil. Sand, silt, clay, they are found in this layer. It is also known as subsoil. This layer has more mineral content as compared to horizon A, that is topsoil, but it has limited organic matter. Horizon A and B are called true soil. Next horizon is horizon C or rock fragments. As you can see in the picture, it has small pieces of rocks. The true soil develops from rock minerals. These rocks are not affected by the biological process. Next horizon is horizon D, which is also known as parent rock. It has unbroken soil rock material just below horizon sea. You can see that we have completed this topic. Now we will study about soil resources of India. In ancient India, soil was classified on the basis of its fertility. There were two types of soil. One was Urvara, that was the fertile soil, means it was good for cultivation, and another was Usara, that was sterile soil, means it was infertile. India has a variety of soils, and there are basically 6 types of soils found in India. Let us take them one by one. First is alluvial soil. Areas, the plains of North India and the floodplains and the deltas of the major rivers are the areas where alluvial soil is found. This type of soil is found due to the deposition of sediments of rivers, means the sediments which are brought down by the rivers. And the important features of this type of soil is that it is very fertile and it also supports agriculture. This is the black soil. Black soil is found in the Deccan region and locally it is also known as Regur soil. This type of soil is found due to weathering of volcanic rocks, and so it is also known as black lava soil. The important features of this soil is that it is made of fine clayey material. It can hold moisture and it is good for the cultivation of cotton and sugarcane. Next is red soil. Red soil is found in peninsular India. It is formed due to weathering of old igneous rocks. The feature of this soil is that it is rich in iron content and it is made fertile by adding the manure and the chemical fertilizers. Next soil is laterite soil. Laterite soil is found in Western Ghats and in
due
flat
to the washing
uplands.
off
It is formed
of the
due to the
fertile
washing
upper
of
part of the
fertile
soil, upper part
and due
of
to
the
soil
heavy
due
rainfall.
to heavy rainfall.
This type of soil
This type of soil is less fertile and
it supports pasture
and
as well as other shrubs.
Next is mountainous soil.
Mountain soil.
Mountainous soil is found,
It is found
on the
hill slopes
which are
covered
with forest
and is formed
due
to the
deposition of organic matter. This type of
Mountainous
soil is rich in humus,
suitable for the cultivation of tea and coffee and for the spices.
Next is
desert
desert soil is found
Desert
in
soil
the
is
areas
found
in
of
hot
hot
region
and
and semi-arid
semi-arid
regions. It has thick layer of sand and it lacks humus, but it has high proportion of soluble soil. So with this we come to an end of the types of soil. Next topic is soil erosion. Soil erosion means removal of topsoil, due to which the soil loses its fertility. There are 2 causes of soil erosion. First, physical factors. Second, cultural factors. Physical factors includes slope of land, intensity of rainfall and velocity of wind. Whereas the cultural factors include deforestation, overutilization of land, overgrazing and adopting of unscientific methods of farming. Next is conservation of soil. Conservation of soil means to protect the soil. Soil conservation is the prevention of loss of the topmost layer of the soil from erosion or prevention of reduced fertility caused by overusage or acidification. Means when acids are added in the soil, it becomes unsuitable for the cultivation. If soil is removed, our planet would become barren. Barren means the land wherein no crop could be grown and lifeless, just like the moon. Therefore, it is very much necessary to conserve the soil. There are many methods adopted for conservation of the soil, and that is based on the local environment of that place. Let us take them one by one. First method is afforestation. Afforestation means growing of more and more trees. So for that, rows of trees should be planted so that the trees can hold the soil and prevent soil erosion. Next is overgrazing. The overgrazing is done by the animals and that should be checked. Third is water management. Water management helps to stimulate the bacteria and it also helps in increasing the yield of the crop. Next is rock dams. Dams should be constructed to check the spread of water flow and also to control flood. And the last is agricultural practices. Different methods should be adopted to check soil erosion. Moving ahead is the next topic. What are the measures of agricultural practices? This means the measures which should be adopted to conserve the soil. First method is rotation of crops. It is cultivation of different crops on the same piece of land each year during the different types. Means in a particular year one crop is grown and in another year another crop is grown. Next method is stripe cropping or the cultivation of erosion, inducing crops in rotation and alteration with erosion resisting crops. Means such crops should be grown which can stop erosion of soil. Next method is terrace or contour bunding. You can see in the picture which is shown in the slide. It involves construction of banks along the contours across the hill slopes, which means the terraces, they are made on the steep slopes so that the flat surface are available to grow the crops. The terrace reduce the runoff and the soil erosion. Next method is contour plowing. It is the cultivation of land along the contours in order to check the flow of water. On the sides of the hills, some stones are used to build the barriers across the slope and following the contours. Contours are the imaginary lines which connect the places which are lying at the same altitude. So this way they prevent the soil erosion with the help of contour barrier or contour plowing. Next method is cover crops. Cover crops are grown to cover the bare ground. Such crops are grown mostly in the orchards, plantations where the gestation period of a tree is long. Last method is following. Now, it means allowing the land to rest so that naturally it can gain its fertility. With this we come to an end of our second video. Hope you all have understood the video, and now we'll meet again on our next Google Meet class. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you, children.